Good afternoon, children. Today we will be sitting with the functions of statistics. So no need to study the whole paragraph. Okay, as much as it is given. See, the first is helps in understanding economic problem. This you will write. Then adjacent to it you will write only the first part. Statistics is an indispensable tool that helps to understand an economic problem using various methods. So obviously through various methods of collection, organizing, then analyzing, the statistics helps us to understand the economic problem, that why is it happening, what are the causes behind it. So you will write only up till the causes behind it with the help of quantitative facts. Okay, or you can write helps in understanding economic problem by using various methods, efforts that is made to find the causes behind it. Okay, so you should write in short, no need to study the whole thing. Presentation of facts in definite form. Statistics enables an economist to present the economic facts in a precise and definite form that helps in proper comprehension of what is stated. When economic facts are expressed in statistical terms, they become exact. Exact facts are more convincing than vague statements. So statistics helps in what? Statistics helps to present the facts in a precise and definite form. So statistics helps the economist to present the facts in what form? In a precise form and in a definite form. That is, it assigns a quantitative value which helps to present the fact in a very precise form. Okay, when economic facts are expressed in statistical terms, they become exact. So exact facts are more convincing than vague statements. If we say that many people died in recent earthquake in Kashmir, it does not make any sense. But when we say that 310 people died in recent earthquake in Kashmir, it is more factual and exact. Statistics helps in condensing mass data into a few numerical measures. The numerical measures helps to summarize data. For example, it would be impossible for you to remember the income of all the people in a data if the number of the people is very large. Yet one can remember easily a summary figure like the average income that is obtained. In this way, statistics summarize and presents meaningful overall information about a mass data. So the numerical measures, so obviously the numerical measures like mean, median, mode summarizes a lot of data into one single average value. Okay, which helps us to understand, okay, or which makes the data meaningful and helps us to extract information. Establishes relation between factors. Statistics is used in finding relation between different economic factors. An economist may be interested in finding out what happens in the demand for a commodity when its price increases or decreases, or would the consumption expenditure increase when the average income increases, or what happens to the general price level when the government expenditure increases. Such questions can only be answered if any relationship exists between the various economic factors that have been stated above. Whether such relationship exists or not can be easily verified by statistical tools. Obviously, whether there is any relationship between price of the commodity and demand, price of the commodity and supply, everything can be determined by the statistical methods. Okay. Next, it helps in formulation of plans and policies. Sometimes formulation of plans and policies requires the knowledge of future trends. For example, an economic planner has to decide in 2005 how much the economy should produce in 2010. In other words, one must know what could be the expected level of consumption in 2010 in order to decide the production plan for the economy for 2010. In this situation, one might make subjective judgment based on the guess about consumption in 2010. Alternatively, all these things are not needed. You will just study. Sometimes formulation of plans and policies require the knowledge of future trends. Obviously, when we are targeting a growth rate, like within 2022, the growth rate of India should be 7%. Okay, so we have to think about the future. So that is why they have said, in other words, one must know what could be the expected level of consumption in 2010 in order to decide the production plan of the economy. In this situation, one might make judgment based on consumption in 2010. Alternatively, one might use statistical tools to predict consumption in 2010. That could be based on the data of consumption of past years or recent years obtained through surveys. So when we are thinking of the future consumption or future policies, then we have to study the past future policies or past consumption pattern, which will give us an idea that yes, India can achieve up till this level in the near future. It is possible for India, if we go through such and such policies, that India will reach up till this level in the near future or by 2022. So and from where do we get these past data? From the statistics. Statistics provides us this past data which helps us to decide the future. So helps in formulation of plans and policies. Helps in evaluation of impact of policies. Today we increasingly use statistics to analyze serious economic problems such as rising prices, growing population, unemployment, poverty, etc. To find measures that can solve such problems. Further, it also helps to evaluate the impact of policies in solving the economic problems. For example, it can be ascertained easily using statistical techniques whether the policy of progressive taxation is effective and checking the problem of unequal distribution or not. So nowadays we face a lot of economic problems like rising price, population growth, unemployment, poverty. So to find measures to such problems, it is useful to evaluate the impact of the policies on solving the problem. Obviously, the government tries to solve the problems by bringing out new policies. So we have to first evaluate the policy, that whether it will seriously work on the problem or not. Okay. So like if we bring about progressive taxation, we have to see whether this progressive taxation will seriously work on the problem of unequal distribution of income or not. That is done by statistical techniques. Okay. Last is intersectoral and intertemporal comparison. Statistics comprehends the numerical data through intersectoral and intertemporal comparisons. Intersectoral comparisons refer to comparison across different sectors. So statistics comprehends the numerical data through comparisons. Analyzing the problem of unemployment, statistics would help to tell the magnitude of unemployment across the rural and urban sectors. Intertemporal comparison means understanding of change in magnitude of the problem over time. So intersectoral comparison means comparison across different sectors. Like if we are talking about rural poverty and urban poverty, we have to compare between the two. Or if we have to find out the rural poverty, we have to compare it with the urban poverty. And intertemporal means the magnitude of the problem. Means throughout the years, by how much amount, by how much percentage the problem has increased or decreased. Okay. Next, we will be moving on to importance of statistics.